Plaintiff Teresa Kloss says when the defendant was pregnant, she claimed Teresa's son was the child's father. But he had his doubts because he believed the defendant had cheated. Teresa says before they could get a paternity test, her son was murdered. So she's here for a DNA test. Defendant Shanda Pittman says after Teresa's son was murdered, she became heavily addicted to drugs and couldn't even look at her child. However, Shanda insists she turned her life around and she is 100% positive that Teresa's son is her child's father.
Ma'am, you're here to determine paternity. Ms. Pittman is your...
Daughter-in-law.
Daughter-in-law.
Well, we're here for the grandbaby, though.
All right. Okay, and we've had a DNA test administered, and we'll find out, but let me hear what you all might think.
Okay.
Start with you.
We're here today for the paternity of my granddaughter, and my son would be here today if, because he had planned to come on the show also, but he got murdered last year, and he's no longer with us, so
sorry to hear
we
that.
have to do it ourselves.
How was a question raised in this instance? Time the child was born, there's been a question about paternity?
No.
How old is the child now?
The child is 2 years old.
All right. And when did the question of paternity come up?
Well, whenever Shanda was pregnant with Denver, Larry had, at one point, he just thought he was being in denial. He was being in denial. He was thinking that she had cheated. But there was, when he finally got to meet her.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
When he finally got to meet the baby, there was an instant connection. And it was wonderful. And I believe that they knew then that she knew that was her daddy and he knew that was his daughter.
Okay, and you just want clarity and certainty.
Yes, sir.
All right. Ma'am?
Well, I got with him in 2014 when I was pregnant with my son, and his dad he didn't want any part of it, and when we started seeing each other, he was like, I'm going to be a part of his life and everything, but after he was born, we started having problems, and we split up for a couple weeks, and I did start seeing someone else. So he thought whenever I had gotten pregnant that maybe that was the father, not him. So
How long had you all been together?
I got with him in 2014.
Right.
And then in January when I had my son, I tested positive for marijuana in the hospital. They gave me a CPS case. They said you cannot live with him, you cannot in any way associate with him unless he gets clean and everything. He didn't want to, he just couldn't. It's a mental thing with him. He had to have it to deal with his everyday life. And whenever he said that he wouldn't, I told him I couldn't be with him anymore. And that was when my son was about 3 months old. So we were only separated for a couple weeks, but I did get with someone else and we did sleep together. He knew about it.
And what do you feel about the paternity?
Well, I know it's his. So.
And has it ever come up previously, this issue? Anyone ever ask you about it?
Oh yeah, there's lots, because I moved to Oklahoma in July. I didn't know I was pregnant until August. So everyone was like, well, she's been up there a month. You don't know what she's been doing. I don't think that baby's yours. And I mean, but.
Gossip, you're saying.
Yes, but you can even look at the baby and tell that's his baby. You don't even
have the
need
pictures. You have any? You pointed over there. Obviously, she has.
I have the obituary with them on it together. They're together on there.
Okay, thank you.
This is a way better picture that I have.
Let's see it, please.
We have a lot of pictures that they look a lot alike.
That is not my daughter. That's Larry when he was a baby.
Okay, so compared to the baby pictures of your daughter.
You really probably can't tell in that picture, but
yeah, because
if you brought her out here right now,
his head is turned the other way.
You would think that was her. Okay. I mean, it's kind of weird, but it's the butt and the hair. It's insane. This thing. My daughter, she can walk out, it's crazy. I thought that was her.
She has the same butt.
And hair.
Yes.
And the flyaway hair.
All right. Maybe so. We'll know shortly.
That's right.
You want to say anything, ma'am?
I know who she
Well, we're going to
belongs
know for certain shortly. So how have you been handling the loss of the father of your child? You hanging in there
I
with
did
that?
not handle it well. Up until December, I started wasn't just smoking, I was shooting up. And I just couldn't deal with everyday life. I didn't want to look at her. I didn't want to be around her. And I just thought it'd be better if I was with him again. So, but in December, it was Christmas, and I wanted to come up here with my mom. And it's the first Christmas I had without him. And it was because it would have been the first Christmas he was able to spend with her. And I kept thinking to myself, I just want to make him proud of me. And I want him to look down on me and know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do with his daughter. And I can't afford rehab, and I don't like rehab, so I just locked myself in the house for 2 months. And I didn't go anywhere, I didn't do anything, I just got clean. And ever since then, I've been clean. I've stayed clean. I work for the Norman Transcript newspaper now. I mean, I haven't had a job in 3 years before that. I was just couch surfing. So it was really, really bad in the beginning, and I honestly didn't want to
How about you,
do
ma'am?
anything.
You been able to deal with it?
Oh, it's been very, very hard.
How did you-
Especially with all the rumors and the stories and people talking.
We're going to get that out of the way
stuff.
now. You all didn't seek grief counseling? Most folks don't know to do that.
I have.
You have?
Just some, not a whole bunch.
Did it help
I
any?
have. It has helped.
Okay, good. And have you at all? You have not? Okay. You perhaps should. But be that as it may, you're certainly the grandmother, because your son is certainly the father. Good luck, son. Good day.
Thank you, Jesus.
All right, congratulations, Grandma. We're all going to go out that door.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless everybody. Hey, you want to come to me? Okay. Love you. Love you, little baby.
We knew. We just needed.
We pretty much 100% knew. We just wanted confirmation.